Haribo to all my brothers and my sisters, and welcome back to Astral Motivation. Today, we're going to be talking about April 2024, the general transits and the planetary aspects that we're going to be feeling collectively. And we are also going to be going through each individual sign to give a small horoscope for this upcoming April 2024. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to Astral Motivation. My name is Vinodini Dasi. I am a Vedic astrologer and researcher of ancient knowledge. So if you are a seeker yourself looking for some nectar, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you never miss any of the nectar. Alrighty guys, let's see what this upcoming April 2024 has in store for all of us.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Alrighty guys, let's get to it. And of course, remember that these are general readings. If you would like to have a personal reading by me and you would like to have a personal consultation where we can go deep into your natal chart, your future, your past, and all the questions that you may have, then make sure to book your session in the description here below. You will find the link for that. And also check out the latest application that we have for Astral Motivation. In the app, you'll be able to find meditations as well as challenges and as well as the moon rituals. And you can also book a session with me through there. Alrighty guys, so first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about the energies of March, because March was setting up the stage for this upcoming April. March, we were having lots of energy in the sign of Pisces, and we are still going to be feeling a lot of energy of this Pisces season, really tapping deep into our subconscious and helping us to release something, to get us prepared for a new era, a new time. We are now coming out of the winter into the spring, and we are having this blooming energy. Now, March was a powerful time where we could have discovered a lot of things, okay? The new moon was extremely potent, as well as the full moon, which was also a penumbral eclipse. We are currently in the astral eclipse portal, and we're going to be in this eclipse portal until April 8th, when we're going to be having the next eclipse, the major American eclipse. This is so powerful and it is so intense that they're literally shutting down all schools in the Americas for this eclipse. This eclipse is going to be memorable, and it is going to be also impactful for all of us who live in the Americas. So March was pretty much setting us up for all of these things. And at the same time as we were digging deep into our subconscious, starting to see some things that we need to start releasing, we were at the same time trying to understand a lot of detachment as well. Having 3 planets in Aquarius, we were also practicing the art of detachment, the art of seeing things in a more detached way and not letting all this emotional commotion get to us. And it was also preparing us for deep purification, deep healing. And the healing could be shown in either physically, emotionally, or mentally. But the healing is something that is major right now, especially because we just had the penumbral lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. And if you haven't seen that, definitely go check out the video that I already made on the eclipse. There you will understand a lot more of how it's impacting you and your signs and why it's so powerful and important. So March was pretty much setting us up for all these things. Now we're stepping into April, right in the midst of the eclipse portal. So this April is definitely going to be something memorable and very powerful. And we are definitely going to start seeing the commotion, okay? There's going to be some energy that is going to start being moved because of this eclipse. Is going to start creating some very powerful waves all around collectively, all of us together, worldwide as well as individually. So it will be affecting both. And the major energies that I see for April is set yourselves up for success. The seeds have been planted for a new beginning. We are ready to embark in something greater, but we must first let go of a lot of things. Life is asking for us to really renounce something that we've been carrying for a very long time. And now Venus is going to help us renounce during this April. The energies are going to help us to really tap deep into our spirituality. This is a super spiritual month, guys. And if you are a spiritual person doing your sadhana, practicing, this is a powerful, powerful month where you can really, launch yourself into the best possible situation for yourself. Those of you who are not practicing something spiritual, you are going to be feeling the emptiness of not having one. This month, it's going to call for all of us to get a lot more serious about our spiritual practices and how it is that we tap into the divine, because there is going to be a lot of commotion and stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of restlessness in the material world will be very intense. I will not lie to you. The energies are going to become more heightened, conflict is going to become more heightened, and stress levels are going to become more heightened, and the edge of irritability around the world is going to become more heightened. So materially wise, things are going down, okay? The showdown is going down. But those of you who are in a spiritual path, you'll be able to see it for what it is and not get caught up in the emotions of it. And those are going to be the ones who are going to succeed the most. But there will be other ones who will be completely caught up in the emotions of it, having a very hard time letting go, victimizing themselves, and causing a lot of stress and commotion because there's just some things that they're not ready to let go of. So you are going to see which side you're going to end up in. But this is the shadow aspect of this energy, and there's also a very light aspect to this energy, okay, guys? So it is in your hands. Remember, I am just an astrologer giving the energies of the stars, but at the end of the day, you always have your independence and your choice, and not even God can come in between that. So it is up to you. I'm just here to inform you. So that is the main energies. Now let's go a little bit deeper into April. I want to pull the chart here with me so that you guys can actually understand the energies that we're going to be dealing with on this upcoming April. So first and foremost, as we begin the month, literally on April 1st, we are going to be having Venus going into the sign of Pisces, and she is joining the party with Rahu, Sun, Neptune. Also, we have Chiron here, which is the wounded healer, and there is lots of energy going on in the sign of Pisces. Now, the good news is that Venus loves being in the sign of Pisces, okay? She becomes exalted, so she becomes extremely happy. She's feeling super good. And here is where Shukracharya, which is the Venus, which is the god of the demons, that's who Venus is, she becomes the guru of the demons. Now she becomes a guru that is a lot more enlightened, and it taps deeper into devotional love. It taps deeper into renunciation. It taps deeper into not attaching yourself and understanding that the more you let go, the more you can love. So this is an exalted Venus, okay? And Venus rules all the things that we love, okay? All the things that make this material world worth coming. Luxury, nice things, pleasurable things, nice smells, delicious food, sexiness and comforts and luxuries and money and prosperity. Like, this is what all Venus is about. But when she taps into Pisces, she transcends all of these material things and she goes into a higher level of love, the love of devotion, the love of God, and she becomes exalted. So here we have, again, a very good energy for those of you who are tapping into your spiritual practices. You will be feeling the bliss that Venus brings. For those of you who are not necessarily, you're still going to feel really good. Venus is going to be kind of like the saving grace of this month because she will be exalted. Something about the craziness that is happening is going to feel good, is going to feel pleasurable, is going to feel like, yes, this is the right thing to do. So for those of you who are also artists, or who work with anything with creativity, art, or showcasing your beauty, showcasing yourself, influencers of any sort, anybody who uses beauty or fashion or who works with feminine things, you guys are going to see an extreme advancement in your lives in this next upcoming month. This is a time for you to showcase yourself. This is a time for you to go all out. This is a time for you to not be shy. And this is a time for you to truly, truly showcase your most authentic self. The spotlight is on you guys, and you will be advancing so much more. So for those of you who are artists, working with beauty, working with fashion, working with feminine things, using your imagination, creativity, aesthetic, anything like this is a fantastic time. So Venus will definitely be bringing a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and a lot of goodness. And at the same time, if we tap into spirituality, as I was mentioning, it's going to feel very pleasurable. So we are also going to feel very pleasurable in letting things go, in renouncing things that we no longer need. And this is something good, because the more we let go at this time, this is where Rahu is taking us. Rahu is taking us into release, let go, surrender, so that we may start anew, so that we can start again. Life here is propelling us more in this an energy of renunciation and letting go. And so if you go towards these things, you will be so much more happier. You're going to be so much more joyful, and you're going to feel so much more lighter. And Venus here is going to be bringing all of that into the picture. Okay, so Venus will be something very fantastic, especially for my Tauruses and Libras. You guys are going to get an amazing energy coming here. Now, on the 2nd of April, then we have our infamous second Mercury return of the year. So Mercury is going to start moving retrograde. Okay, so this is again where we start feeling a little bit uncomfortable, guys. Remember, Mercury rules everything that deals with intelligence, transportation, understanding, communications, logical thinking. And when Mercury moves retrograde, these things are now going to be so accessible. We're going to be having more misunderstandings. We're going to be having more, misunderstandings more than anything, and just like mishaps or forgetting things, or the things that you've been postponing to fix, they're going to now actually really cause a problem, and you really need to go and fix them now. Like, this is a time to redo, reevaluate, reestablish, reorganize. The redos are here. Okay, so starting April 2nd, when Mercury goes retrograde, I suggest for you guys to go more into reevaluation of something. Okay, make sure that you are going more towards finishing a project, reevaluating a project. Maybe you have to do it again. Maybe you have to return that thing. Maybe you have to, fill that thing out again, or whatever it is. This is like the time that life is saying, polish the little details, polish the little things, and get on it. And it's going to be a little bit tough, because not only is it going to move back retrograde, but then it's going to go back into Pisces, where it's debilitated. So again, we're going to feel a little bit cloudy, head up in the sky. We're forgetting things. We are all over the place, a little fragmented even. So logic is not going to be that powerful. The best things we can do is, again, tap into your intuition. That is what's powerful right now. That is what's strong right now. Your feelings, your intuition, your emotions. Okay, Mercury is not going to be working that well. When Mercury goes into Pisces, it feels like it's talking underwater. It just sounds like roar, 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 roar. And that is what it is. So don't rely on your logic. Don't put your head over your heart at this time. This is a time to really feel your way through it. And Mercury is even doing this to reevaluate your feelings. If you want to do some shadow work, if you want to learn how to feel more, like do more exercises to tap into your body, to tap into your senses, to tap into yourself, this is a fantastic time to do it. Mercury will really help you in understanding something that has been very difficult to understand for you mentally, and you need to kind of have a self-realization with your body about this. Okay, so it's going to be different for everybody. If you would like to see how it's going to be affecting you, then I suggest that you book a reading with me, and there we can go deeper into your own specific chart. So brace yourselves. There could be miscommunications. You might have to redo something. Don't launch a project. Don't start that campaign. Okay, don't pressure yourself that you need to have a due date right now. Like, if you see that something needs to be redone, allow it to be redone. And after Mercury moves forward, then that's the perfect time to launch it. You will have more clarity and you can really go forward with it. Okay, so be grace, have some grace on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. So that's for April 2nd when Mercury is going to be going retrograde. And then on April 8th, we have our super famous, infamous, incredible, powerful solar eclipse. Oh no, I'm sorry, excuse me. It wasn't. This eclipse is going to be so powerful, and there's going to be a huge party going on in Pisces. This eclipse is going to be seen in the Americas, and it is completing a series of eclipses in the Americas that are crossing and shifting things in the Americas. I highly suggest that you go check out my video of the US predictions if you would like to understand more. There you will see. But this eclipse is the beginning, okay? It is so intensely powerful that even the government of America is like, okay, guys, go get some food, extra food. We don't know what may happen. Like they're almost preparing themselves for some sort of attack or something that may be going on this day because it's just so intense, so powerful. They're not even letting kids go to school. They're shutting down schools. Like it's getting some very, very intense rep here, and it's becoming more infamous and infamous, this eclipse. So please stay tuned. I will be doing a video specifically on this eclipse so that you guys can understand more of what's going on. But this is the beginning of a major shift in our lives. This is the beginning of the end, if we can say it like that, the beginning of letting something go, the beginning of finishing something up, the beginning of trying to conclude something, the beginning of some sort of cycle that's been continuing is coming to an end. This is very powerful. And it's bringing a lot of intense energies. I don't suggest that you make life-changing decisions during this time. I don't suggest that you make, like radical decisions at this time. Really allow for the energies to subside, because then later you'll be able to understand things a lot better. But this is not the time to make life-changing decisions. You're not thinking clearly. There's a lot of intensity, a lot of energy. Tap more into your spirituality so that you can watch and be more of the witnesser of all of these things that are happening around you. And if you're able to do this, you will take your power back during this very intense energies. Okay, so stay tuned for the video that I'll be doing on that eclipse. And then on the 14th of April, we are going to have the sun joining the party. And by this time, Mercury is already in Pisces. So Mercury has already gone back into Pisces, retrograding. And then we're going to have the sun going into Aries. And we have Aries season starting. So now, when the sun goes into Aries, this is now an exalted energy. We are feeling full of energy once again. We want to come out of the darkness. We've been doing so much shadow work, so much spiritual work, going deep within ourselves, getting a lot of things, cleaning up a lot of the closet of skeletons that we've been having in there. And when the sun goes into the energy of Aries, boom, we get illuminated again. We get a shot of energy come through. So on the 14th of April, get ready. You will be feeling a lot more vitality, strong energy. The sun becomes exalted in the sign of Aries. This is fantastic. So we're going to have two planets exalted. We're going to have Venus exalted and Sun exalted. Venus will be connecting us to a devotion and a higher power and a deep sense of love. And Sun will be connecting us to the vitality and the energy and the power inside our bodies. This is a fantastic time to work out, to move your body, get out there, shake off the winter out of your body, move now, move your energy, move the vitality, move the ojas, and bring up that Pitta energy, bring up that fire energy within you. This is a fantastic time to connect with your body. This is also a time where we're going to be becoming more assertive, okay? So we've thought about everything we needed to think about. We went inside and we understood, okay? We got the illuminations. We got some sort of clarity. And now, when the energy of Sun goes into Aries, we are feeling ready to start something. However, Mercury is still retrograding, so don't rush yourself. Keep that energy up. Keep that enthusiasm up. Do not let the enthusiasm go down, and keep moving forward. focused on your dreams and aspirations. During this time, we're also going to be having a conjunction between Mars and Saturn, which it is very intense politically. I do see that there's going to be more fights, more arguments. Political leaders are going to be more tense, more irritable with each other. More egos are going to be up. One doesn't want to give up, the other doesn't want to give up. So be ready. The global situation will be more hectic, but in a personal energy, in a personal situation, this energy could be so good to finish up projects. It could be so good to get to the bottom of something, finish it up, get to work, and get diligently to make something happen. So you can also use this energy for all of that. And we're also going to be having a conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus during this time. So again, surprise attacks, surprise situations worldwide, surprise angers and surprise outbursts that can happen. So I do see globally there's going to be a lot of commotion going on in April. Prepare yourselves for that. But personally, there's going to be a lot of transmutation, powerful energies. This is a time to stand up for your beliefs, to stand up for what the things that you want. I see people being empowered. You are feeling empowered because now you've let go of things you need to let go of, and you're feeling more courageous, more strong, more assertive, and ready to take on whatever needs to be taken on. Like, we're feeling very capable. And this is very powerful. So the sun in Aries will definitely be bringing a lot of vitality up in our energies. This is a time to really start exercising and moving forward with our aspirations. Then on the 23rd, we are going to be having Mars, which finally, after a long time of being in the sign of Aquarius, is going to be moving into the sign of Pisces. So again, more of a party going on in Pisces. Now we have Mars, Neptune, Rahu, Venus, and Mercury all here. And now that Mars goes into Pisces, this is when we become spiritual warriors. This is very nice. Okay, this is when we become spiritual warriors and we become extremely in tune, empathetic. We feel things very deeply. We are ready to fight for an ideal. We're ready to fight for something bigger than ourselves. And we really tap into our spirituality at a deep level. If you do any martial arts, if you are an artist, if you are a counselor, if you work with healing, I mean, you guys are going to see some amazing advancements in your careers. This is when Mars really gets into that spiritual warrior energy. So we're gonna get deeper. We're gonna become so much more sensitive, which is good. But again, if you detach, that's gonna be even better. Don't attach yourself. This is a moment of letting go, not attaching, but letting go, releasing, forgiving, letting things go. And Mars and Venus and all these planets here are allowing for us to make it easier on ourselves, because we're not very good at letting things go. It's actually something against our culture. We want to hoard, we want to have more things. And so when we say letting go, it could feel like I'm losing. It could feel like, well, now I don't have, and it's not this. Now it's a liberation. We need to see it as a liberation, liberating ourselves from the burdens, from the pain, from the suffering. This is how it works. Like the whole quote of the Buddha that says, life is suffering, but pain is inedible, but suffering is optional. It is through our detachment, our mental detachment, and by observing it, that we're going to be able to really not be caught up in it and to choose to not suffer. So very, very powerful. Get yourselves ready. I see a lot of endings. I see a lot of finishings. I see a lot of conclusions. And it could be different for everybody, from relationships to ways of thinking, to bad habits, to a lifestyle, a way of being, whatever it is. But this is your moment to liberate yourself from that burden that's been on you for, it could have been even years or lifetimes. Very powerful energy. So Mars would definitely help us in concluding this even faster and longer. Okay, now for the 24th, we finally have our beautiful Venus which has been exalted, giving us some really good energy. She's finally going to leave the sign of Pisces, and she is going to be going into the sign of Aries. So again, more party going on in the Aries energy, and this is when we really get ignited. Okay, these days, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, that's like ready, set, go. Like literally, like ready, set, go. Because not only do we have Mars going into Pisces, which is a very good sign for it, is his very good friend Jupiter, so it's going to be a very good energy. But then Venus, the next day, she moves into Aries. And this is when we really feel like, oh, I'm ready to take on the world. I'm ready to take action. I'm ready to go and make that happen. And we are just so ready and revved up. Venus here loves to work out. Venus here loves to be independent. Venus here loves to be assertive. Venus here loves to have her own thing, her own life, her own situation. So after having this whole time of incubation and releasing and letting go, boom, Venus goes into Aries, and we're like, I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Like, that's how we're feeling. We are ready to go and show to the world this new us, this new you that is coming and being bloomed into existence. Very powerful energy. This is a great time to maybe change your hair, to maybe work out more. Focus on your image. Focus on how you project yourself into the world and the reputations that you want to create. Maybe you've been thinking about all of that, that you're ready to maybe retransform yourself in a new way. And by the time that Venus goes into Aries, this is when we're ready to take action into all these things. So very, very, very nice. And then the next day, on the 25th of April, boom, we have the full green light, because now Mercury is going to be moving direct. So we just had the whole month of transmuting all these energies, transmuting ourselves, really digging deep into our emotions, releasing a lot of pain and things that we've been holding on to, repressed emotions, doing all this inner emotional work. And we are getting more and more closer to a more authentic us, an authentic new beginning that we want to create for ourselves, a defined intention that we want to project into the future. And then boom, we have Venus going into Aries. We are ready to showcase this. And then the next day, on the 25th of April, Mercury goes forward, giving us the full green light to go forward with this new idea, to go forward with this new situation, to go forward with this new project, new life, new situation. Then you can make better decisions. After this, launch that project, make the better decision, launch that idea, whatever it is. This is a great time to now initiate. Okay, now that we've concluded what we needed to conclude, we are ready to initiate into something new. Okay, work a lot on your subconscious patterns. Affirmations are going to be so fantastic at this time, and work on releasing some subconscious pain that we are ready to let go of. This is transmuting some karmic energies at a deep level, guys. So this month of April, get ready. The healing starts, and we are ready to move into our future. Okay, guys. So now, before we get into the energies of every single sign and their astrology, you can check out in the description here below for the timestamps, and also check out my new application. The Astral Motivation application is already in the App Store. There you'll be able to find healing meditations that you can use throughout the month. Also, Astral Chakra challenging, balancing activities that could be fantastic for you, and also the moon rituals that we do for each individual moon, and so much more to come in the app. So make sure you download it today. And also remember that the upcoming messages are going to be general messages. If you would like to have a more specific message to your situation, then I highly suggest that you book a reading with me. You can find it in the description here below, or you can find it in the application of Astral Motivation. So guys, the Ram Oracle that came out, this is the general message of the month, and then we're going to go into each individual sign. The general message, collective message, is that the seeds of conflict have been planted. Okay, and it is because of this eclipse. A lot of people think that eclipses are auspicious. No, they're actually very negative. They're not the best things, but some seeds of conflict, and I see this to be the collective energies, have been planted, okay? The seeds of conflict and the seed are being planted. And I do see that a lot of media, a lot of crazy things are going to happen this month that are going to try to plant these seeds of conflict, that are going to try to ruffle the feathers for everybody to get upset. And we choose, again, the equanimous ones are going to be the winners, but the ones who are reactive are going to lose. And we have here the message, the hero here is going to be Ram. Ram is going to be helping us through this situation. And it says here, selfish forces dominate. Do not be misled. Okay, so there could be some selfish motives around you. You need to be very intuitive. Again, don't fall for what people are saying and da 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 da. Really question it and tap into yourself to really understand, how do I feel about this? And if you get a good feeling about it, great, move ahead. But if you don't feel a good feeling about it, really listen to your body. Even if it sounds perfect on paper, if it sounds like it makes sense, really listen to your body. So that is the main collective message. Now let's get into each